a world where nuclear war has begun, vampires fought back in super real 3D.
You are able to use LUTs inside of the camera on the Canon EOS R5C. The limitation, however, is that when you do use a LUT inside the camera and you film in XF AVC, it will bake that LUT into the codec. If you're filming in RAW, you'll be viewing it through the LUT, but the LUT will not be applied to the RAW. That is what I prefer, because I would rather be making assessments about how I'm filming based on viewing the LUT that way, but I don't want it to be baked into the image because I still want to actually trace out elements of the shot, bring things back down. I want that maximum amount of dynamic range, and sometimes a LUT, depending on which one you're using, might push it in some direction or the other, and then you're kind of clipping things a little bit differently. Just in case, I'd rather have that flexibility in post to get things back the way that I want them. So, installing a LUT onto your camera is pretty easy. You do need an SDXC card, the one that you're potentially using to record your proxies onto. You're gonna take that card, you're gonna put it into your computer, you're gonna put whatever LUTs that you want to on the card, just drag and drop them right on there. Don't stick them in any folder, just leave them right on the card. And safely eject your card, bring it back over to your camera, put it into the camera, turn the camera on, press menu, and then you're gonna choose the second option here, CP, that is custom picture profile. Trying to navigate this here. And then you're gonna go to select picture profile, and I recommend just using any of these blank ones. So let's just go for user 19 here. Then we're gonna choose edit CP file. And then here, what you're gonna wanna do is go ahead and dial in your color space that you're planning to film in, that makes sense for the LUT. By the way, you do want to install .cube LUTs. That's the kind of LUT that you're gonna need for the camera to be able to read. We're gonna go ahead and put this on C-Log, C-Gamut, and then we're gonna go ahead and find file setup. You see that right there? So we're gonna look file setup, and then we're gonna register. And then here on the card, because we put it on there from our computer, is the single LUT. If I had put multiple LUTs, there would be the option to cycle through multiple LUTs, but I only put one on there for the example. And I'm just gonna go ahead and hit OK. And then it's gonna conform to picture file. I hit OK. And then I'm gonna go ahead and hit OK one more time. It's gonna overwrite that user profile that was there, which is why we're using a blank one just to be safe. And now the process is completed successfully. If we exit back out of that, the LUT has been applied. If you needed to turn the look on and off on that user profile, you can just go to that custom picture profile, go to look file on or off. Right now it's on. If we turn it off, you'll see up here, even though you can barely see through here, but you see up here, it's gonna turn off. See how milky it got all of a sudden, right? That's a pretty big difference to be filming like that, or to be making judgment calls from something where the look file is on. And now we go to that, and then I can at least, it's a muted look, but nonetheless I can actually see contrast again, make accurate assessments on focus better and my exposure better. And one last thing I did want to point out is that if you are filming an XF AVC and you don't want the LUT baked into the image, but you're actually just trying to get it to a point where you can film in C-Log and see what the hell you're doing and make your judgments, because it's very hard to film in C-Log and view it that way and make accurate assessments on your exposure, especially on a really bright day. If you're just trying to get a look on your camera, you do have another option. You can do LCD View Assist, which is the 5th option on your menu bar, and it's on the 7th page, and it's the first option right there. And if you choose that, it's basically just gonna turn on like a look, but it's not gonna bake it into your XF AVC image. So that way you can make assessments on contrast, you can get a general idea of what it is, even though you don't know what official LUT that you're gonna be using at the end is. And you'll just make better focus decisions, better exposure decisions to be safe. So hopefully that helped you. Get your LUTs in your camera and get you out there super fast, so that way you can go start shooting with your LUTs, making decisions based on what your LUTs are going to look like when you get it back in post. Or you're baking it right in. If you want to go that route, go for it. Give it an experiment. All right, peace.
Movie Voice.